Is BTS hiding something bigger than what the public has known all this time? Why did Jungkook finally speak up, and why is Taehyung's name once again the center of attention? A shocking statement has just rocked the K-pop community. Jungkook, one of BTS's brightest stars, has finally decided to speak. But not just any statement. Not about music projects, not about love, and not about his military activities. He spoke about something that has long been hidden, about injustice, about the pain that's been kept inside, about Taehyung, and most shockingly, about how HYBE, the giant agency that has housed BTS all this time, apparently never truly appreciated V, aka Kim Taehyung. Questions keep piling up. Why is Jungkook speaking now? Why didn't Taehyung speak up himself? And the most shocking, could it be true that HYBE has treated Taehyung differently than the other members? If it's true, what's the reason? Is this the beginning of BTS's internal fracture? Or is this the last form of solidarity left among the members? Jungkook's words in his sudden live broadcast spread quickly. He didn't mention any names directly, but every ARMY knew who he meant. With a serious expression and a voice that briefly trembled, Jungkook said, "Sometimes, even the most sincere can be ignored, not because they're not valuable, but because people are too blind to see it." Those words hit hard. Within minutes, social media was flooded with speculation. Armies from all over the world united under one question. Has what we believe to be a tight-knit family been quietly cracking from within? Speculation kept building. Many fans began re-examining past interactions between Taehyung and HYBE over the past years. Old behind-the-scenes clips and BTS variety shows were brought back up. Netizens began noticing patterns that might have gone unnoticed. Why did Taehyung often receive fewer standout vocal lines in title tracks? Why did he more often stand on the side of the stage rather than the center? And why, during some important events, did he look so empty, as if there was something he wanted to say but always held back? Even more curious, during his military service, Taehyung's name was rarely mentioned by the agency. While information about J-Hope, Jeon, and even Jungkook's overseas activities were consistently published by HYBE, updates about Taehyung were nearly forgotten. Yet Taehyung is known to have one of the most loyal and global fan bases among BTS members. When asked whether this relates to the new BTS contract that had stirred hot discussion recently, an insider in the South Korean entertainment industry mentioned that there were several points of disagreement between Taehyung and the management. However, no specific details were made public. The insider only said one sentence that further intensified the tension. Taehyung isn't someone who's easily controlled when it comes to principles. Then why is Jungkook the one speaking out first? This is the big question that continues to linger. ARMYs know that the relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung is more than just colleagues. They are friends, they are brothers, and they've grown up together since their teenage years. Many ARMYs believe Jungkook's statement was a form of protection for Taehyung, who has chosen to stay silent. One fan wrote on Twitter, X, "Jungkook isn't just defending Taehyung. He's shouting for all the pain we never knew." Many fans demanded clarity and even boycotted some products affiliated with the agency. On the other hand, HYBE remained silent, seemingly unaffected by the storm. No official statements. No clarification. Even HYBE's official social media account stayed calm as if nothing had happened. But that calm only worsened the situation. Many claimed that HYBE's silence was a form of indirect admission. Some media analysts stated that HYBE is now in a tough position. If they release a statement denying the claims, they may be accused of covering up the truth. But if they confirm it, they risk losing public trust, especially among ARMY, who have long been the backbone of their success. Some circulating fan site videos also showed emotional moments between Taehyung and Jungkook months ago. In one video, Jungkook was seen tightly hugging Taehyung and whispering something before a concert began. Many fans speculated that it was a crucial moment before a major decision was made. Did Taehyung ever consider leaving BTS? Was there a failed agreement? These questions remain unanswered. Even more painful, some sources claimed that Taehyung had submitted several creative ideas for solo or even BTS projects, but they were outright rejected by management. If true, this treatment starkly contrasts with what ARMYs have always believed. that BTS is a family and every member is equally valued. Now, all eyes are on two things: an official statement from HYBE that hasn't yet come, and a potential reaction from Taehyung. Many armies are waiting for Taehyung to speak, but so far, he remains silent. In his last post, he only uploaded a sunset photo without a caption. But that was exactly what made armies even more emotional. Was that a symbol of something ending, or hope for new light after darkness? The current condition reflects something deeper than just an internal quarrel. This is a battle between idealism and commercialism, between loyalty and injustice, between the voice of the heart and the voice of money. Jungkook, with all the fame and position he holds, chose to speak not for himself, but for his friend who remained silent. This isn't a small decision. It might be the move that changes the direction of BTS forever. If HYBE doesn't immediately provide clarification, this crisis could evolve into a massive wave that damages their long-term reputation. ARMY is not an ordinary fandom. They are a global force with unmatched loyalty, but also the courage to fight if justice isn't upheld. Although the news of Jungkook opening up and allegations that HYBE disrespected Taehyung has spread massively, it's important to remember that not everything seen or heard on the internet is the real truth. In the entertainment world, especially in the K-pop industry, which is known to be very competitive and full of marketing strategies, often speculation and misinterpretation spread faster than official clarification. So, in an effort to maintain accuracy and fairness, we must be able to separate between real facts and narratives shaped by emotions, perceptions, or even fanaticism. One of the most common mistakes that occurs in the midst of the euphoria of a large fanbase like ARMY is to rush to conclude an issue based on cut clips, truncated statements, or gestures that are not fully understood context. In this case, Jungkook's line that sometimes even the most sincere can be ignored is open to various interpretations. There is not a single moment in the live where Jungkook explicitly mentioned Taehyung's name or stated that HYBE had been unfair. Taking one sentence from a live broadcast that lasts tens of minutes and linking it to a specific narrative without direct confirmation from the parties concerned is a high-risk practice. In fact, many other fans who also watched the live said that Jungkook's statement was more inclined to a personal reflection on life and pressure as a celebrity, not as a form of insinuation to the management or defense to other BTS members. In addition, the absence of a direct statement from Taehyung to date also suggests that it could be that this issue is actually not as big as imagined. If there is indeed significant unfair treatment from HYBE towards him, it is very possible that Taehyung will at least give a clearer signal or even voice directly through his personal social media as he once did on other issues. But the opposite happened. Taehyung remained calm, did not make any conflicting statements, and even showed a professional attitude all the time. This suggests that most likely, what is perceived as injustice is only a one-sided perception of some fans. In fact, when discussing the distribution of vocals or screen time in the BTS project, we need to remember that the distribution is not entirely a one-party decision. Many technical and artistic factors are taken into consideration, including song composition, music genre, to the uniqueness of each member's voice. Not to mention that the decision also often involves overseas producers and creative collaborators, not solely HYBE management. Therefore, concluding that HYBE didn't appreciate Taehyung just because he got fewer vocal parts on one particular song is a very premature and unfounded statement on the professional front. HYBE has repeatedly stated that all BTS members are treated equally and that they are given creative freedom in developing solo and group projects. This statement is reinforced by the fact that all BTS members have released their own solo projects, including Taehyung, who released his solo album, Layover, with the full support of the agency. Even the promotion of the album was carried out widely with appearances in global media, exclusive photo shoots, to international showcases. If it's true that HYBE doesn't appreciate Taehyung, why are they still giving her a big platform for her solo project? We should also not forget that all BTS members, including Taehyung, have signed contract extensions with HYBE in 2023. This shows that they still believe in the existing system and the management that has worked with them for more than a decade. It makes no sense for an artist as big as Taehyung to remain under management that allegedly treats him unfairly. This confirms that the relationship between Taehyung and HYBE is still professional and healthy, at least until official information says otherwise. The reaction of HYBE, who chose silence, is also worth understanding from a crisis management perspective. In the entertainment industry, sometimes silence is not a means of justifying accusations, but a way to dampen a wildly evolving issue without making the situation worse. Clarifications issued in the heat of the moment could provoke even more controversy. HYBE could be waiting for the right moment or conducting an internal evaluation before releasing any statement. Finally, the ARMY itself has an important role to play in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem between artists, agencies, and the public. A fanbase that is too reactive and easily burns speculation has the potential to harm the idol itself. Instead of providing constructive support, the fanbase can turn into a new pressure that makes it difficult for members to focus on their work. ARMY is known as one of the most powerful fandoms in the world, but that power must be coupled with the responsibility to remain critical, objective, and wise in responding to every issue.